Okay, so we're going to use Excel today and we're going to use it as if it was a Gantt chart. So we're going to start a blank workbook, and when you start your blank workbook like this, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put in a bunch of dates. So here are the dates that you're going to put in, and so you can hit pause and just enter those in like that. Let me scroll along here. And those are all the lessons that we have for personal project from now until the end of the course, right up until week 18. Okay, so just hit pause and enter those dates in. And bear in mind, this is the actual format that you're entering those in. Okay, so if you want to enter in, for example, 10th of August, you just go 10/8, and it's going to 8/10, and it's going to enter it in as the 10th of August. So bear in mind how these are done as well. That one is week 1, it had 2 lessons. This is week 2, 2 lessons. Week 3, it had 3 lessons. So go ahead now and enter those in. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to make it look a little bit better. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to merge these cells over. So you're going to highlight those two and just go merge at the center. And that's going to create one cell where the word to. So you're going to do that for all of these so that the weeks are all the same. Okay, so hit pause and go ahead and do that. Okay, now we want to use all the space the most efficient way possible. And at the moment, we're wasting a bit of top space here. So what we're going to do to this whole row is we're just going to click at the edge. You see where I did it? I clicked right on the edge here where it says 3. And we're going to, so that highlights the whole row. And then we're going to change the way that text is orientated by going up here and clicking this and going rotate text up. Okay, so that rotates all of that text like that. And what it means is we can then make those a little bit thinner, these columns. Now, obviously that you're not going to do that for every single column. What you can do is just highlight all the whole spreadsheet like that, and then just double click on the division between one column, and you're going to get that nicely snapped up. You can see that this is probably not looking very good here, so we're going to do that merge and center here and do that text rotation for those 2 holidays so that we can maximize the space. And then for those we can hit those. Ooh, I rotated it the wrong way, haven't I? There we go. Okay, so hit pause and go and make it look like that. Okay, so it's starting to look a bit better. About time now to name this. So it's not sheet 1. We're going to double click here and just call it Gantt chart. Okay, so that now that sheet is named. Okay, so the idea of this is that we're going to put all our jobs down here in column A, and then we're going to indicate where those jobs are going to take place. Okay, so the idea is to create a plan that looks so that you can see where all your jobs are going to take place. And it has major milestones, which are single events, like maybe a deadline or something. And it also has extended periods of time when you'll be working, doing something. So over a couple of lessons and homeworks in between. So the way that you're going to set that up is in this column here, you're going to put the job. So what we need to do is just make that column a little bit bigger. Okay, so you might put in some of the deadlines that we have. For example, the exhibition. The exhibition is going to take place over here on the 5th of December. So I want to indicate that that time is an important time. So I'm going to use a yellow fill for that. And I'm going to give it a thick outside border. So that's what we call a milestone date, because that is one specific point in time. Whereas, for example, right afterwards, for all of these 4 lessons, these 4, we're going to have reflection time, reflection interviews. So I'm going to color those in a different color, and I'm going to give them a border as well. And I'm going to say that that is reflection interviews. Okay, so that's what's taking place during that time. Now, obviously, I'm going to be putting these things in roughly in a chronological order, so by time. So I'm going to have to move these. So just to move these down, I select them like this, and I can move them down like that, and I can start putting in more jobs. Okay, so now you need to brainstorm those jobs, and you need to use those stages of the design cycle that you're going to go through to figure out and sort of brainstorm the kinds of jobs that you're going to need to do. So start with the big things that you absolutely know and then try and sort of put subtasks underneath them. So you can start putting in some jobs now. Okay, we'll assume you've put in some jobs. So very last thing that we're going to do is up along the top here, you're going to put in your SMART goal. Okay, so we're going to take all of this space here, do a merge and center, and then type in the title, project SMART goal. So this is where you're going to put in your final formal goal of the project that fits into this plan. Now you're going to write the goal underneath it here, and it's going to be like a paragraph of text. So what I've done is I've just merged all of those cells together, and now I'm going to put that alignment of that right at the top by clicking here, and I'm going to go to the right like this. And then I'm going to make it bold, just so that it stands out, and you can make it a little bit bigger if you wanted to, all of that stuff. And then in order to jump to the next line within this cell, what I have to do is press Alt and Enter at the same time. And then I can start writing in all I might need to. Okay, so I'm just, there we go. And now I'm just going to alter the format of that text. Oops, Alt. I'm going to go Control B just to get that off. And anyway, so that's where you're going to put in your SMART goal. So I put in my SMART goal, and I can insert extra rows here if I like. And now really the time is to put in what you need to do now is put in all of the jobs that you can think of and sort of brainstorm out all the possible things that you need to do for your project. So think of those stages that you go through, the design cycle. They're a good thing to help you, and you can get cracking on that.